Let me talk about iWAN. Before we get into iWAN, we initially started with digital disruptions, right? What are the type of digital disruptions that are happening in the world? Let's take banking. Let's say I walk down to an ATM here in Cancun. You walk down there, you want to transfer a lot of money to me, right? But in the middle, you're having some problems. So you want to talk to somebody. You hit the button there, and somebody pops up on the ATM screen, right? It could be somebody working in a branch office somewhere. Nobody these days goes into branches, right? Banking branches. When was the last time you walked into a banking branch? Never. It's been 2 years since I went into a bank. I do all my stuff online. So what happens to all the bank tellers that work in the bank? You have to, as a bank, you need to make use of those resources pretty well. So think of a scenario like this where somebody sitting in a branch office in Mexico City is able to talk to you on an ATM machine in Cancun and help you maybe with a mortgage application, or they're helping you with some of your investments. You know, that would be amazing. That is an example of a digital disruption of somebody sitting in the branch. Another example is you walk into a Gucci store in Mexico City. You know, these days when I walk into the store, I like a sweater, I don't buy it right away, right? I take out my phone, and then I find out where the sweater is available. Is it available elsewhere? And then I walk to it, I want my size, I want my perfect size, right? Then I ask the person over there, hey, I want a medium size, sweater. They don't have it in the store. Next thing I ask them is, which other store can I get it in, right? Tell me which store has it so I can go get it, right? So the online experience and the store experience are all coming together. We call that omni-channel, right? Those people in retail, they're familiar with omni-channel experience. I go into the store, I access my Wi-Fi, I find out where else, what's available online, or what's available on Amazon. That's another scenario. Take this scenario. When you guys go back to your office, you need to do your expense reports. Or maybe you met some customer here, you need to put them in Salesforce.com. So you're using a cloud service when you go home. You have to fill in the expenses. Maybe the expense is a cloud service as well. So you're accessing that from your branch office. You might not be in headquarters, you might be in a branch office. You're accessing all the cloud services from your branch office. That's another very common scenario. Every one of you has to go through that scenario, right? So what's the focal point here? Branch. The branch is a focal point. In retail stores, 90% of the revenue generated by retail companies come from the branch office. In many industries, 80% of the employees work in the branch office, right? So a lot of the revenue comes from the branch office. But one of the biggest problems in the branch office is, these are the biggest problems in branches, right? People are, from an IT perspective, if I'm an IT guy, I need to support, like let's say a company has 25 branches, I need to support, what are the problems? People are first bringing their own devices, right? iPads, iPhones, they bring whatever they want to bring in. We're estimating 11.5 billion devices with mobile devices, with IoT and the proliferation of smartphones. Also, every year people are consuming more and more from the cloud. We used to have a lot of applications inside the company, but now everything is moving to cloud. Salesforce.com, moving to cloud. People are using more and more video services. In Cisco, we watch videos all the time. If we want to see a presentation, we have video recording. People also use, watch YouTube, Netflix. So your bandwidth keeps on increasing. The bandwidth demand of your users keep increasing 20 to 50% every year. And all these BYOD devices bring in security threats. I don't know what kind of viruses people are walking in with, what kind of security threats people are walking in with. We have seen a lot of headlines of CEOs getting fired because of security issues. So security is pretty serious. I don't have to preach to the choir there. Everybody knows security is serious. IT complexity is increasing. The world is getting more and more complex for us, IT people, right? It's not getting less complex. But with all this happening, we're still left with the same budgets. Our budgets are not increasing. Everybody still has to work with the same budget. And the result? Clogged up WAN bandwidth. You're trying to access something on your mobile, trying to do your expense report, WAN goes down, WAN is expensive, you don't get enough bandwidth. When you're working on your Salesforce.com, if it gets cut, good luck. So this is what iWAN solves for you, right? Most people, back in the day, they had an MPLS connection. And MPLS connection that goes from the branch office to headquarters, like the private cloud, headquarters, or even the public cloud, right? You're accessing everything through the MPLS. One of the customers told me they were paying $1,700 for the MPLS connection per month. Every month they were paying $1,700. And average connection speed is about 4 Mbps or something like that. It's not enough. So what most customers are doing is when they have a branch office,